Welcome to the Joy of Trucking.
G'day.
G'day. We have a very special guest here today. Want to tell us about yourself a little bit? Because the American viewers might not know who you are, but our Australian viewers might be jumping out of their seats right now.
That's Yogi. That's Yogi from Outback Truckers. So we're here at Mid-America Truck Show. Been a lifelong ambition, dream come true to come to Mid-America Truck Show.
Oh yeah.
So we're pretty stoked. So I'm here with Next Journey. We've got some awesome travel bags that we're trying to get into the American market because you travel over here in America.
Yep.
But yeah, Yogi from Outback Truckers. How did we stumble across each other?
Yeah. Well, we actually, one of our viewers told us you were going to be here.
Okay.
He said you have to go meet the Yogi. Now we know you're a Yogi Bear.
And Glenn is Glenn Kendall from Kendall Trucking and Co.
Yeah.
So we do have a proper name and a proper business.
Of course, a very proper business, very proper. Now tell us, because most of our viewers are from the US and we're not familiar with you. So can you tell us a little bit about Outback Truckers?
Yeah, so Outback Truckers is an observational documentary show similar to Ice Road Truckers to a certain degree. But they tag along, we go different places and different bits and pieces, and whatever happens on the road gets filmed. Whatever happens, it comes out. So we never quite know where we're going to go, never quite know what we're going to do. But Outback Truckers shows a lot of things about Australian roads, road conditions, Australian trucking. It's good for tourism. Outback Truckers. You go to different places. It's actually really smart for that. So yeah.
And what would you say are some of the challenges for you trucking in Australia?
Oh, challenges for trucking in Australia. I was going to say challenges for trucking and Outback Truckers is trying to do my hair and actually look half decent. But that is a bit of a challenge. But anyway, it's not enough hours in the day to get beauty sleep. But challenges for trucking in Australia are probably what you face in here. The roads, the loads, the conditions we face, the permits, the over-regulating of a over-regulated industry. That's basically all the same sort of stuff. So the drive for trucking, the deep down urge, the fire in the belly is there. I'm a third generation in trucks. I've been trucking for 26 years. I look old, but I'm not that old.
Did you say 29?
I was 29 a few years ago. Yeah, it was a plus. There must be a plus fuel and a plus tax. But we're into the 46, and I've been trucking since I was 21.
Wow.
I love every minute of it. I really enjoy getting out of bed and going trucking. I'm trying to shift the business. I spend half the year away now at home. So I'm trying to just swing the business to local work because I really want to be home a little bit more.
Yeah. And tell us a little about the trucks in Australia, because they are different.
Yeah, they are different. There's a steering wheel on the wrong side, Exhibit A. And we changed
the wrong side or the other side?
Well, I reckon you drive on the wrong side.
Exactly. We can discuss who's on the wrong side.
Well, I'm right. You're wrong. So, watch YouTube blow up over that. 1,000 comments later. What is that, Yogi? He doesn't know anything. Well, if you're filming, it looks like you'll drive on the wrong side, but you're not. So anyway, we'll deal with that in your heads, good people. So yeah, the trucks in Australia, look, they're bigger, they're heavier, they're a lot stronger, but there's a lot harsher conditions. You've got a lot of nice roads in America. You've got a lot of straight roads and a lot of freeway systems, whereas we got a lot of dirt on set roads and a lot of bad roads as such. So it's an interesting mix.
And kangaroos everywhere, is that true?
Yeah, kangaroos everywhere. But the kangaroos, we had this little discussion about kangaroos. I think the kangaroos have figured out a generational thing, and they don't go near the blue road, we think. But kangaroos will only go... So this is a bit of an educational video here.
We like education on the Joy of Trucking.
Like, I'd imagine your viewers are good people, and this is going to sound really bad, but just hit the kangaroo. Unfortunately, all right, you can't. It's just one of those things you'll do. If you swerve and roll, it's bad.
Yeah.
The kangaroos, they've figured it out. They'll only come to the road when it's dry and when there's no water. So they go to the road to get green grass and water off the edge of the road. That's why they come to the road. So if you're driving in an area that's a lot like desert and a lot remote, it's just unfortunate with kangaroos. Don't swerve. They instruct that in Australia.
No, we've got the same problem with deer.
I know.
Roadkill deer all over the place. Yeah. if there's a deer in the road, don't put your truck
know.
in the ditch.
We don't-
You'll endanger your own life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the deer.
right.
It's
yeah.
the deer's fault.
Yeah.
And here, the deer only seem to congregate at the roadside in hunting season.
Yeah.
So
that's
that's
right,
their
yeah.
defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
but
it's
there's
like-
signs. I mean, there's signs that actually say that.
Yeah,
There's
and we
signs that
so
say
yeah,
that.
kangaroos are good though. We've got some kangaroos at home. There's one that lives in a paddock. He's a big red. He stands up and I rub him on his belly and his paw's as big as my hand. Wow. And that's his genuine. I'll see if I can send you a photo. Look, I go and rub his belly and he loves it. And he stands right up and he goes. Ooh, and he's got his little arms up like this and he's got a big Yogi Bear in the big room. So that is genuine. Because I live in the country and we've got a bit of land where we are. And yeah, look, me and my wife will go for a walk in the morning and we see the roos and they're bouncing around. They're lovely. I love the kangaroos. Dog thinks he can chase them, but he's not big enough.
Now, what about your truck? What do you drive?
What do I drive? I
Yeah.
drive a beautiful Kenworth, a T-Series Kenworth. So it's a T900 Australian-made T900, and it's a 95 model T900 Kenworth. So yeah. It's 90 ton rated. So what's that? It's 180,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm converting everything right here in my head. So yeah, so we can pull trains with that. I can pull two 45-foot trailers with that. I do oversize with that. I only carry one at the moment. We just do oversize. Mm-hmm. So I'll cart farm machinery all over Australia and mainly in the south now, and in the south of Western Australia in the wheat belt.
Okay.
Beautiful truck.
Nice. Color?
PJ's the name.
PJ?
PJ.
BJ's the name of the truck.
You can't ride across the desert with a horse with no name. So PJ's the name. It's purple with flames. Now the flames go from blue to pink to purple.
Ooh, nice.
Right, so,
it's a statement piece.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty well known in Australia for my truck.
Oh, that's why the guy was saying that.
Yeah,
Okay. Now
It's
tell us,
beautiful.
what was it like being on the show? How did they pick you, and what?
Yeah, we were
What's it like?
recommended for the show. So Outback Truckers approached us. They like what we did. Myself and my wife in a family business. They like what we did. So we just started, and we'd only been 3 months into the business when we actually filmed for the first time. So it was really, really new for us and a really, really different scenario or different environment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not a paid actor, not by a long shot. So, and I know I've learned to stand still. I've learned that from filming. Don't move. I'm generally fidgeting around. I've got to place my feet. My hands don't stop. It's that part of A&M. I work and I work and I cook. It's my family. So I've learned to do that. But they like what we did, and I'm a bit of an out there sort of personality, and I love trucks. I'm like it's the third generation in trucking. I've got a genuine love for trucks. Whereas my wife Amanda grew up on a sheep and wheat farm. And she grew up on 3,500 acres. Very reserved country girl. So we're totally different, chalk and cheese. So she's got no interest in this stuff at all. If she was here, she'd be over there.
Did she get on the show though?
Yeah, under suffering. So I stitched her up one day.
Oh
So
my God.
I set the email up. I set the initial interview up, and we went into the capital, into Perth, and we got out of the truck, and this lady gets out with a camera, and Amanda's like, "What's going on here?" You know.
Did I forget to mention?
Yeah.
So,
She mumbled something about your dad later.
and you said you have kids?
Yeah, so I've got a 17-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl.
And
So-
do they like trucks?
No.
No.
Well, no and yes and no, yes and no and yes and no and no.
And maybe.
Maybe. My daughter, she's keen on trucks. She wants to be a heavy diesel mechanic, but she's also keen on the armed forces as well. So she's thinking police, army, maybe mechanics. My son is a second-year panel beater, which is what's a panel beater, you ask? Very
Yes.
good question.
Yes.
Body shop.
Oh,
So if you smash your car up, he'll fix it.
Okay.
So he started that at 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
so you
So
call it a panel beater.
panel beater.
Right, it beats the car back into shape. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So we go back to where we were with kangaroos, unfortunately. So the kangaroos get hit, take it to the panel shop, panel beater fix it.
Okay. Okay.
Happens a lot. It's
It
a
happens
popular
lot.
career
And
path
look,
in
I'm gonna
Australia.
Say, generally, now you might not think this, but generally the kangaroos walk away. All right, they don't. We very rarely. Well,
Even when it's a big semi?
it depends. Smart enough to get out of the way, but yeah, they might get up with a headache. Anyway, so my son is a panel beater,
Okay.
and he's got a good eye for trucks and stuff. So he might come into trucking later. That's when I say yes and no. Mm-hmm. You know, when he maybe gets into his 30s, the old man wasn't too bad. He made a good living out of it. I might go and do it. You know, like take it on. But my daughter's keen. She's keen to get into something like that, which is smart. You know, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Now back to the show, because again, most of our viewers, USA,
Outback Truckers.
we had not heard of it. So how widely watched is this show? Where can people watch it if they want to see you in action out there?
On the W's, all the WWs on the interweb. I think it's season 3 on Netflix. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh.
Can you find it on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
So through the internet, have a look at Outback Truckers. You'll Google up. Oh no, you don't Google up.
Hey, could you translate what he's actually saying there?
Yeah.
For our North American audience?
Yeah, look for Outback Truckers on Netflix, on YouTube. You can Google it. Just Google the name.
Yeah,
You
that's
can do anything.
Outback Truckers. Okay.
Truckers, yeah, TRUCKERS.
And you were telling us how many people
Yeah, so
watch
Outback
it?
Truckers is on in 40 countries around the world.
Yeah.
And it gets roughly 2 million viewers in Europe a night
Every night.
That's awesome.
per episode. We've been going there's about 8 seasons of Outback Truckers floating around. It's around about a 10, 12 month turnaround on a season. But it's currently stopped because of COVID and a few other things. We all coughed and sneezed and no one liked it.
Well, I hope it comes back.
Yeah, we do as well. We've enjoyed it. It's been good for me and great for business and it's given me a chance to go to places like this.
Yeah, and so what do
Make
you
good
think of the U.S.? You said this is only your second time here? You went to
Yeah.
the Women in Trucking
Yeah.
in November? Or?
Yep, in Texas. Yep, yeah. Very, very interesting here. And in a good way, you know, my eyes are wide open, but you would never have 2 minutes alone here, I wouldn't imagine. There's just people everywhere.
It's busy.
It's busy, yeah.
You gotta go out west.
Yeah, I'm hearing that too. And when I get home, I would like something green for dinner.
You don't like all the beige deep fried
look,
things?
I'm a barbecue sort of boy, don't get me wrong. But every night.
Yeah, well,
We were trying to go and have a steak last night. We just wanted a steak and some veggies. Turns out we had barbecue meat again.
well, I tell you what, we went out for dinner last night to a place called Agave and Rye. It's like a really unique artisan Mexican food place.
Okay.
They had kangaroo on the menu.
Yeah, well, that's kangaroo's actually nice, real gamey meat.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
you should try.
yeah.
We got this steakhouse here in America. You're gonna love it. It's called Outback. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah. Someone said it'd be kind of ironic and kind of funny if an Outback trucker went to the Outbacks.
Right.
So we might end up at the Outback Steakhouse, but I'm only here for 5 days.
Do you have those steakhouses in Australia?
They're not from.
they're just
they're
called
not
steakhouse.
from Australia. They're not from there. All right. We have any other questions before we let you go back? Why don't you tell us? You're here with Next Journey.
Right. Yeah,
Tell
Next
us
Journey.
about that.
So yeah, travel bags. We're here exhibiting a travel bag for drivers. Anyone that travels, this bag is ideally set up for you.
An extremely tough travel bag. A piece
Yeah.
of luggage you could go to war with, basically.
Yeah, well, I have been with mine. I've been with war with mine. I've been trying to jam it into my Kenworth locker box for 6 years. I can't wreck it and I can't kill it. So it's a good product. We've been going. Next Journey's been going since 2012 in Australia. We've got a strong product. We've got a good, reliable product. We've tweaked all the badness out of it. We can always do more, but we're really trying to get into the American market.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll help you. We're gonna put
Next
this
Journey.
out there, and I'll come in and take a little video shot of your booth.
Yeah.
We couldn't do the interview at your booth because there was live music right across. So we had to drag you out here, and we appreciate you coming away from your booth and standing out here with us. And
brief time it didn't rain today.
well, it rained intermittently, but I think you have parted the clouds for us. So that is appreciated. You brought that Outback, nice weather.
We want the heat is what we want. So thank you, good people.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on The Joy of Trucking. Thank you. Did not realize you were so famous, so we are so glad we came by your booth. And thank you to, I think, is it John? John Hoop? I think you're the viewer that told us.
Joseph.
You know him.
He's a mate of mine.
Ah, well there you go. Well, you want to say hi to him?
G'day, Joe. He'll ring me as soon as he watches this. He's guaranteed he'll ring me. He's a good mate.
Yeah, well, he's the one who told us.
Right,
He is the one who told us.
He's good, Joe.
YouTube, small world. So thank you so much. And
Very much for your time.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good to meet you.
all right. Yeah, give us the thumbs up. That's
Thumbs
right.
up.
And
Hit the subscribe button.
comments and
down
questions below. And
let's do some more mats.
yeah, and see you in Australia.
See you later, mate. We know who we are. We are.
We eat Vegemite sandwiches.
Oh, I wouldn't mind. Actually, wouldn't mind some Vegemite. Funny enough, isn't it?
Generally carry it in the case.
Do you?
I left it.
Actually, wouldn't mind a bit of Vegemite on toast.
I take it to the
Well,
restaurant.
chestnuts.
Yeah. Because there's nothing like that.
Mr.